Welcome to the House of Hammer, built by the nation for the nation. Welcome to Raider Nation News today. I am your host and the tribal chief of Raider Nation, Hammer.
Acknowledge me.
Hope everybody's having a great Sunday wherever you guys are at. Before we go any further, y'all know the routine. Those new in here, let me teach you real quick. Smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions. You guys see the thumbnail. You see what I'm here for. This is something that has kind of been on my mind the last couple days, and doing some more reading, a couple articles here and there. It was definitely, I thought it was best fit for me to come on, no Diddy if necessary, and talk about this in terms of our left tackle, Kolton Miller. Now, you know, a couple of months back, there was a whole big thing going on with the OTAs. People were throwing a fit. What the hell's going on? John Spytek said it himself that he was not going to discuss publicly anything as it pertained to Kolton Miller and his contract. Again, final year of his contract. So, yeah, it's about that time we have to talk about it. We approach training camp. Training camp begins not this coming week, but the following week. It's very, very iffy right now on what's going to happen. Is he potentially going to hold out at the start of training camp? Is he going to hold out throughout training camp? What is going to happen? So, again, doing my research, looking at numbers. You guys know I'm not an analytics person, but I can talk numbers when it comes to what's a fair contract, what's not, what makes the most sense for the player and the team as well. So, as it stands right now, and this was courtesy of PFF. Actually, let me get this up. The article that came out a while back in terms of the offensive tackle rankings, the top 32 ahead of this coming season. As it stands right now, Kolton Miller is ranked 12th. This is what they had to say, courtesy of PFF. Miller endured a rough start to his 2024 season after surrendering 4 sacks, no Diddy, in each of the previous 2 seasons. The UCLA product gave up 6 over the first 4 games. Obviously, we know it was rough, especially with the offensive coordinator and everything that was going on under Antonio Pierce. However, his play improved, and he let up only 2 more sacks the rest of the way. He finished with an 82.2 PFF pass blocking grade, the 3rd best marker of his career, and ranked 11th amongst all offensive tackles in 2024. Okay, cool. Right now, as it stands, he is ranked 12th amongst tackles in the NFL going into this season. Now, let's bring this up for you guys as it pertains to the money aspect of things. Get this up. There we go. So these are the top left tackles and their contracts, their average annual over. This is last season, and actually majority of them are this season as well. And you see Kolton Miller at 11 at $18 million. Top is Tristan Wirfs of Tampa at 28.12. Right off the bat, we know he's not getting top 5, if that. You just heard me say, as it stands, you're looking at him being ranked 12th in PFF. And I rescind what I just said in terms of top 5, because I did question, and I had a conversation with Wasted about this a little while ago, and salute to him as well. I had a conversation with Wasted in terms of Andrew Thomas, and he was like, Andrew Thomas is better, blah, blah, blah. No disrespect to my brother. Let me take this off the screen. So, doing some digging, looking at PFF, looking at the numbers in terms of grades, in terms of rankings for this left tackle and our left tackle. So, Andrew Thomas, as it stands, and these were the grades from last season. So, the overall grade was a 75.4, which was ranked 24th out of 140 tackles. Pass blocking grade, 71.8, which was 48th out of the 140 tackles. Run blocking grade, 73.8, 22nd out of 140. Offensive snaps played, and I'm going to assume an injury because of how many snaps it was. It was very small compared to Kolton Miller. 416, which ranked 71st out of 140. So that's the middle of the pack. Penalties, 3, which was 80th out of 140. Sacks allowed, 90. He allowed 4, which is 96 out of 140. Now, let's go to Kolton Miller. Kolton Miller, overall grade last season was at 80.6, which was 14th out of 140. Pass blocking grade, 82.2, which was 11th out of 140. Run blocking grade, 71.7. You know, the run game wasn't the best for us last year. It was ranked 30th. he was ranked 30th out of 140. Offensive snaps played 1,075, which was 11th. Penalties 7, which was 100th out of 140. Clean that up. And sacks allowed, again, early in the season is where he struggled. He allowed 7, which was 126 out of 140. So, Raider Nation, this is my question to you guys. What do you think at this point in time? And I do believe that this needs to get done at least before the start of the regular season. What do we think is a realistic, a really good contract extension for our left tackle? We know it's very hard to find a left tackle. It's very hard to have a guy that can protect the blind side. And we absolutely need that right now with this new regime. Spytek, Carroll, we got to get this going, quick. I think it would be ideal to lock him up for at least 3-4 years. I think it would be beneficial to the offensive line to have that veteran presence that can definitely, he's a great leader. He's been a leader for this offensive line for years, but I think he'll definitely be a guy that can help with our rookie class and them transitioning to the next level. So I'm curious to see what you guys think in the chat. I'm looking at you guys now. Sorry. 28 mil for a tackle. Yeah. And look, the best way to really build an organization, there's 2 primary positions besides the quarterback: left tackle and a corner. Now, I think with the receivers, and again, me always had this conversation before, I think in the receivers and Dante Thornton and Besh, that those guys are going to be our receivers of the future. So I don't think it's something that is going to be a must-have within the next year, 2 years, what have you. We do have Geno here for 3 years. I would love to shore up Kolton Miller for 3. The other position that we would definitely need to look at, if we don't do it come the start of the regular season, if we don't do it throughout training camp, is going to be a corner. If we don't get that corner, that's a true number 1 corner. And I know Wasa was talking about Stephen Gilmore yesterday. I wouldn't mind that. He said it has to make sense. Look, it would make plenty of sense for you to play in Vegas. You'd be a starter from day 1. We know you have a lot left in the tank. I would not mind having him here. But if not, and I know I'm going way ahead of myself right now when I say this, but 2026 NFL draft, you're going to be looking at a corner in the first round, most likely, if we don't go the route of locking up Kolton Miller right now. Let me look at this right here. 22 to 23 is far. 3 years. And he said 20 to 21 mil. Okay. Extend 2 years, 21 million per with 12 million guaranteed fair value. If you're talking 2 years, 21 per, that's 2 years, $42 million. That guarantee would have to be upped another at least 9 million, which would pretty much pay 1 full year salary. So unless they throw incentives or something else in it as well, or you give the guaranteed money as like, I don't know, under that and maybe like around 17 to 19 million dollars, then I don't know. 3 years, 30 sets him at 10 a year. Absolutely not. That is way below what he's making now. He's making $18 million a year. Absolutely not. 3 year, 50. You guys are you guys are depreciating his value tremendously right now with these numbers that I'm looking at. Shout out to Jason Downs. 21 to 23 is fair. He can't expect more. 3 years guarantee, 40 mil. His shoulder, though, is big hang up. Shoulder injuries are chronic. Yes. My Twitter is all of a sudden blowing up, and I don't know why. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me just see if it's anything of importance. But also, I want to make one little change. Hold on 1 second. Sorry for the dead air. 1,000 apologies. Oh, it's Ari. Oh, no. There's a couple of things coming out right now. So this is courtesy. Who just put this out there? Was it Shefty? I think it was Shefty. Browns rookie running back Quinshawn Judkins arrested on charges of misdemeanor domestic violence. When are we going to learn? I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to go any further into that. Like, why? Why is that such a thing? Like, whatever. Let me get one more thing up here on if it wants to pop up, and it won't. So I'm going to leave that alone. Where are you guys? Right here. Let me get back through here real quickly. 3 years, 63 mil, 40. That's, I like that. That's actually pretty fair. Jamal Dean, corner from Tampa, keeping an eye. Okay. 3 year, 23 mil per, 10 million guaranteed. That keeps the blind side short up. We just have to hope that he stays healthy. Look, I would not mind that either. 12 million guaranteed times $24 million. I got you, Desert. 3 years. No, that's still very low. Like, that's fucking terrible. We're all shopping at left tackle Dollar General. That's what it looks like right now. Like, and no disrespect to you guys, but I'm looking at some of the numbers, and it's like, if I was in Kolton Miller's position right now, and that's the type of money you guys are throwing at me, I'm fucking running out the door. Like, yeah, sorry, thanks, but no thanks. Like, see, that's the thing. And I'm going to bring this list back up for a second just for you guys to see it, because I think realistically, and again, PFF has him ranked right now as 12th, right? In terms of his contract, he's ranked 11th. Okay. 25 puts you inside top 5 left tackle money. So I'm going to pull it back up for you guys again. Tough economy. We broke 5. Shout out to Kanye. Before he lost his mind. Anyways, so you're looking at him pretty much side by side with Houston's left tackle Laramie Tunsil. Honestly, again, my concern right now is if dude like balls out tremendously this year, if he's an all-pro at the left tackle position, if he is a Pro Bowler at the left tackle, which Pro Bowl really doesn't count anymore, at least in my opinion, it doesn't, then I would say that value is going to be within that top 3, maybe. Honestly, I would squeeze in. I think right now, I would go a little bit over Andrew Thomas and maybe up it $500,000, maybe 24. Maybe 24. I like, this is my thoughts on this. And again, this is something that has been on my mind, especially as we're a week away from the start of players reporting. This is a concern right now. This is a huge concern as it pertains to this offense. And we're going to talk about something else as we go further into this show. I don't know how long I'm going to be on for, because again, still off season, really not much to talk about. But to me, this is incredibly important right now. Like, this is an anchor of our offensive line. So I'm feeling that this position, we need to pay him, and we need to pay him now, because one, if we wait until next season, depending on what he does, that value could be going up. The value could stay the same. It's very, very tough to say right now. And that's my number one concern. I'm pissed off that I can't get this thing to actually work right now. And I apologize for that tremendously. Let me get back into the comments, see if I'm missing anything. CGR, I appreciate you. Intrigued how the regime treats Miller and Myers. So here's the thing, and I'm glad you brought that up, Jason Marshall. Salute to you. I look at it from the standpoint, like, look, and this is another conversation me and Wasted had a little while ago. You had other regimes that came in here that got rid of some of our best players, right? Yeah, Gruden come in. He got rid of Coop. He got rid of Khalil Mack, right? McDaniels. You had Waller, Renfro, Carr. AP didn't really do much. You bring in Pete Carroll and some of the guys that he did let go. It was guys that their contracts were up. It was guys that maybe didn't fit his defensive scheme, like a guy like Nate Hobbs, like, not my kind of corner. Trayvon Merrick, not my kind of safety, right? But he didn't get rid of like top tier talent. He locked in Max Crosby, right? Cornerstone of this defense, 1000%. You upgraded with the quarterback. You brought a quarterback that you're familiar with, and Geno Smith. I'm all for it. I think that they're going to do right by both of these guys. At least that's what I think. Again, we do have Besh. We have Thornton. I'm looking at those kids, and yes, they're kids to me, respectfully. I'm looking at them being like the future of this franchise for us. Like, these are going to be guys that we have here for years to come. Miller, he made it clear he wants to be a Raider. Let's get this contract going. Now with Myers, I know Graf was talking about that the other day, and salute to my other big bro. Yeah. What's his face dropped the ball on Telesco dropped the ball, and I think Ziegler and McDummy also played a role in terms of JJ not being here. So yeah, a lot of guys that a lot of us loved. Well, some of these guys we loved, like JJ, I miss, and I'm still rooting for him wherever he goes. Like, he's just a great person. He's a great running back. But I digress. Myers, Graf talking about that contract, and I was in the live, but I think I was half asleep when we talked about it, or when he was talking about it rather. And I'm thinking about his money now. If I remember correctly, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, when he signed the deal with us, was it a 2-year, $24 million contract? Somebody just tell me yes or no. I'm not looking it up. I can't remember for the life of me, but I think it was a 224, right? Yes, no, somebody in the chat tell me. And yeah, this past season, got his 1,000 yards, everything. I don't see him repeating that. Okay, so I am right. I don't see him repeating 1,000 yards again, let alone the receptions are going to go down as well. I think I really want to try to give you guys like a fair number. So we did 2 for 24. He's not going to get paid like these top receivers. I want to see what you guys think about this. You had to do a 2 for 35, 2 for 35, or 3 for 45. You don't have to say, oh, I want 2 or 3. Just 2 for 35, 3 for 45. Do those numbers sound like they make the best sense if we were to keep Jacoby Myers? Yes or no? Ask him for a friend. CGR said yes. We need to see what Besh can do. He's not even played. And I'm not, look, you Desert, I just said it. I look at Besh, I look at Thornton as like the future for our franchise at the receiver position. But I think we need Jacoby. Okay. MG said 346. Okay. So you guys like the concept. You guys like my thought process right here. MG's likes by 1 million more, or would like 1 million more. I just think right now that that's the most doable deal. Jacoby is big time underrated. You know what's funny? Devontae Adams himself said that he was very much underrated and could be a number 1 receiver anywhere else in the league. I really am like, is it debatable? I think he did what he needed to do to contribute last season. Obviously, we saw what Brock did as well. But Jacoby is another guy that this is the thing for me when it comes to Jacoby. He has all the tools. He will block on run plays. You had the diva receivers, and I've seen this since I was a little kid that like half-ass it, do a light little run, and more or less it looks like they're playing patty cake with the corner. This dude goes full throttle. Even like if he runs his routes crisp, um, he doesn't take plays off. And even if he's not getting the ball, he's still full throttle. So I think respectfully for him, I think the numbers that I just put out there, 2 for 35, and I'm gonna take hold on. I'm gonna take MGs and go 3 for 46. I think that either one of those would be fair contracts for him. I do. Again, you'd be making a couple million more than you were already on this 2-year deal. We're also not breaking the bank for you. And I think that it's ideally a incredibly respectful and reasonable contract for him. So if that talk comes up, if that's something that becomes news sometime soon, just remember you were here and these were the numbers that we put out on the table and see if it actually happens. I'd be stunned if another team did some shit like that. Like if he becomes a free agent and another team offers him something along those lines, I'll lose my shit. Javon Walker was an overpaid bum. Our receiver class and next year's class is nice. I hadn't even started paying attention to college football. Honestly, Jacoby can play QB. Jacoby's drop rate, hold on. Shout out to Dan. Jacoby's drop rate has to be top of the league. Sign him on a 2-year contract. If Besh, turns out to be legit, then move on from him in a couple. Okay, see, there we go. So we're on the same page. And shout out to Besh. They had the celebrity softball game between the Golden Knights and our Raiders the other night. Some people in the crowd are booing Besh or saying he sucks, and shut them up real quick with a home run. And shout out to our other guy hitting a grand slam during that softball game. A salute to our guys. He said we need COVID year Nelly Aguilar back. I'm done. This passing attack equals stag boxes for Genty. And we're going to talk about that in a second because there was another article that I saw. I'm still trying to get this one site up right now. And for whatever reason, it's not cooperating with me. I'm not very happy about this. Let me try this one more time. If this doesn't work now, we're going to have problems. Sorry for the dead air, guys. Salute to everybody in the chat. And if you haven't already, smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush the bell. Yeah, I don't know why this is doing this today. And I've been using this shit all week long. Let's see if this one will work. 1 second, guys. Same shit. I don't fucking get it. Whatever. I'm going to leave it alone. Shout out to Anthony. I have a good feeling about Besh. Look, the only thing is right now is he has not signed his contract. And apparently there is another, and shout out to Wasted, conversation we had. Trey Harris has not signed his contract either. Another 2nd round pick. So shit is just getting crazier and crazier. It is what it is at this point in time, honestly. Like, I really hope that Besh just locks in, and I hope he reports next week. Hopefully we'll hear something in the next 48 to 72 hours that they have reached an agreement that he signed his rookie contract. I'm 1,000% here for it. 30 seconds. Yeah, that's fucking disturbing. And apparently the guaranteed money is what's playing a part in this. Like, we need to get this done. We need to get this done quick, fast, and in a hurry. If there's any new people in here, because I'm already looking at this, you guys see the number in the top left corner? I know I was away for a while. We went down like 8. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Season training camp starts next week. We're gonna have a hell of a lot more to talk about. I'm hoping that during the day, like the time that I am home, that the pressers are on and we will be, of course, live for the pressers and play them for you in their entirety. That's the one thing I love doing with you guys. And once the season comes around, I'm still going to find time, even if it's early in the day, to go full blown, full schedule. The way we would do it before. Mondays, you got our reaction Monday. Tuesday, we'll probably go back to Talk That Shit Tuesday. Wednesday is probably going to be that weekly presser with Gino and whoever our number one receiver is going to be. It could be Jacoby, it could be Dante, it could be someone else. We do a matchup preview Thursday. Some other things throughout the week. And of course, game day with myself and Graf. As always, this is going to be, I think this will be year 3 that we've done games together. I could be wrong. This is my 4th year doing the podcast, but I think it'll be year 3 that we'll be doing live play-by-play of games together. So stay tuned for that. I know I was away. There's a lot of shit. Life happens. I work fucking ridiculously, but I'm here now. I thought this was off today. Not really off. I got off at 7 a.m. this morning and was like, let me get on here. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about Kolton. Let's talk about getting a deal done. We talked a little Jacoby. I'm not done yet either. I'm not leaving, but I'm just kind of going through what we've talked about so far. Just putting it out there. Nobody start leaving or saying have a great day, nation, all that fun stuff. I'm not going anywhere yet. I'm still trying to get this website up and it doesn't want to cooperate with me, so I'm going to leave it alone. I say that now, but I'll probably do it again. There is something else that I do want to talk about, and I think it is in the title, but I didn't put anything about it on the thumbnail. So Yahoo Sports put out an article, and I think they put this out actually early this morning, predicting 5 NFL breakout teams for 2025, including our Raiders. Let's get right into it. And it's crazy that I'm reading this and hearing what I'm hearing as a breakout team. But this was what was said about our Raiders. Picking the Las Vegas Raiders among the breakout NFL teams in 2025 is all about their offense. The upgraded quarterback to Geno Smith is going to be night and day in comparison to the Raiders quarterbacks of recent years. Yeah, it's pretty true. Smith has a legitimate chance to be a top 12 quarterback this season. We'll talk about that in a second, especially aided by Brock and Chip Kelly's rushing offense led by rookie Ashton Genty. There's a ceiling for the Raiders to have a top 10 offense this season, which could be enough for a 4-win improvement. That already pissed me off when I read that part. If Las Vegas wants to make the playoffs, though, its secondary will need to vastly outperform expectations, or Max Crosby will need to play at Defensive Player of the Year caliber level all season long. Already as it stands with Geno, and we talked about this, I think the last live I did with Graf, there was rankings that came out for quarterbacks of the divisions of each division. And the AFC West ranks 1 among quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks in the NFL for the division. Rorschach, appreciate you, bro. You said pick the over 8.5 total wins. You know what? I have something else that I'm going to bring up to you after we talk about this. Bushido Brown, salute, my guy. Martin, my neighbor from across the pond. What? Big Ben, fish and chips. Hope you're doing well, man. Jason says secondary and Kuntz need breakout. Yeah, but I think the major concern still, as it stands right now, is not having that real number one. Now, our starting defensive backs are pretty much gone. Hobbs left, Merrick left. Only returning one technically is Jacorian Bennett. I think we're okay, but that's me using that very, very loosely. I still think that we do need a true number one corner. I would love if Stephon Gilmore, if you're listening, come to Vegas, bro. You will definitely help us. And again, another veteran presence. The kids can learn a lot from you. So I would love to have Stephon Gilmore here. I'm sorry. And speaking of Gilmore, before we get back into the show, July 25th, Netflix. Happy Gilmore 2. Try to find me in the movie, y'all. I'm in the movie. Raiders gonna finish 11-6. AFC West champions. Talk that shit, bro. Peter, what's up, man? What the Raiders do if they can't sign? That's the thing. They can't sign him long term. It's gonna fucking suck. And I will say this. Their priority in the 2026 draft in the first round, if they don't keep Kolton, is going to be getting finding another left tackle if they don't get one in free agency. So we shall see. What the Yo, I'm fucking done. Yo, put avocados in there because they're from Mexico too. Yeah, if I remember correctly, last time I checked, and I'll tell you right now. Hold on. If it's around the ballpark, I think it is. Hold on. Um, 31,257,000. 31,257,000. So we got money. We got shmoney. We got shmoney to play with. Let me see something because maybe this is the problem right here. Let's see if this works. Nope. I'm really still trying to mess with this shit, guys. I'm sorry, but I am looking at this screen and I'm really pissed with what I'm looking at right now because this was not supposed to be like this. But every time I try to log in, I'm getting the same results, which I shouldn't have gotten in the first place. So I'm try this one last time. And I promise you now I'm done with it. I'm done. Fucking done. I don't want a reliable tackle. I want a dog at tackle. Can't be afraid to move on like we were with these. Ooh, God damn, J Raider. Holy shit. That's a fucking valid ass point, dude. Hammer, I know that we have high expectations because of the new people in the building, but in my honest opinion, I just want to compete and be relevant again. Rorschach, here's the thing. A lot of people do have high expectations. I'm definitely not one of them. Do I like what we have done in the last 2 years, at least through the draft? Very much so. Do I like Pete Carroll in here changing the culture? Bet your ass I do. I've talked about this for months. I'm not concerned about a Lombardi trophy. I'm not concerned about a playoff run right now. It'd be nice to have a 10+ win season. Absolutely. I am concerned about competing within the division. First and foremost, 0-6 last season, not fucking happening this year. Very competent, very experienced, very well respected head coach in Pete Carroll. Here's the one thing within this division right now that is just like, holy fuck. Head coaches first. Andy Reid, Jim Harbaugh, Sean Payton, Pete Carroll. Quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes, Bo Nix, Mr. Overrated himself, Justin Herbert, and Geno Smith. Now, this was something else we talked about recently as it pertains to the quarterbacks. I mentioned it before. There was a list that came out. Our division has the best quarterbacks, best starting quarterbacks in a division together. So here are the rankings actually for those quarterbacks. And I'm pretty sure I can remember this off the top of the dome. Patrick Mahomes ranked 7th. Justin Herbert 11th. Forever overrated, in my opinion. I don't give a fuck. Number 12 is Geno Smith. Onyx is 20th. I've said this before in terms of dead coaches, but then seeing the quarterbacks now as well. This could be historically one of the most toughest divisions in NFL history. 3 of these teams last year in our division made the playoffs, guys. Anything is possible right now. Again, this is not high expectations. I am concerned first and foremost about competing within our division. And I said it not too long ago. You can call me crazy with this one. I said in the division we could finish 4-2. And I think we can, because I do believe this team is coming back down to reality this season. I think we could sweep the Chiefs. High expectations. High expectations is a guy betting $25,000 on the Raiders to win the Super Bowl this year. And somebody actually did that. If the Raiders so happen to win the Super Bowl this year, this guy will win. What is the earnings? The winnings will be $2.5 million. That's crazy. Best coaching division possibly ever is fucking facts. Competing with our division, I like that. Herbert ain't. Well, you saw the playoff game he had last year, right? Shit the bed. Secondary needs they do. Absolutely, hammer competition is where we should start. Facts. I'll be at week 18 at home versus Chiefs. Okay. I mean, we see eye to eye on this. This is why you are more reliable to me and what my opinions are about this team. This is why I truly appreciate this channel more. I appreciate you, Rorschach. Thank you. Hammer, where do you rank our head coach, OC, and defensive coordinator position coaching in our division? I don't want to answer this respectfully because I don't want to come off as biased. As it stands right now, I'd probably put Andy Reid number 1. I'd put Uncle Pete number 2. Followed by Harbaugh and then Peyton. And actually, the last 2 can actually be flip-flopped. Martin has been watching long enough to know that that's who I am. I much rather give you guys a full season prediction after week 4 of the regular season. Once I see a 53-man roster, because we know in the preseason you don't really get to see a lot of our starters out there. I've talked about this before. I think the floor is 8 wins. I think ceiling is like 11, 12. And that is kind of being optimistic. I'm intrigued what this offense is going to do. I'm incredibly intrigued to see what the defense is going to do. Again, I do believe that Pete has his fingerprints all over this defense right now. Like, you're not going to see base nickel defense all the goddamn time. You're going to see a depth chart of 5 linebackers this year. You're probably going to see 3-4s, 4-3 a little bit more than you have been. Like, we got to get away from this 7-on-7 style football, like all these fucking corners. Like, no, play this shit the right way. 8-10 is realistic. Okay. Harbaugh only coach 8-10. I'm sorry. Harbaugh only coaching division with no chip, so he's last by proxy. God damn. There you go. Well, like I said, I was thinking about it. I'm like, But Harbaugh, I guess having the national championship doesn't count then, right? Dan, I'm gonna take it as that's how you're putting it, right? I can't believe we've really been on 40 minutes. I still don't understand why I can't get this stupid fucking thing to work for me. This is like the most aggravating thing. You guys see the look that I started off with today. I do like it, but the fact that this one little piece of it is not showing up on the screen really is aggravating the fuck out of me right now. And this is me being meticulous again. I was testing the thing out for an entire week, and then all of a sudden, back to square one where this shit does not want to cooperate like it should. Like, I'm so over this already. I genuinely believe 10 wins should be the bar. Herman, I like that. We should win more than 6.5 to 7.5. They said we absolutely should. I wholeheartedly agree with each and every single one of y'all that are in here. Like, we're actually all on the same page today, which I think is absolutely amazing. We've been on for 40 minutes. If you guys have questions you wanna ask, feel free to. If not, we can wrap this up right now. Like, I think we covered enough and we're able to actually discuss a lot of things in this 40-minute time frame that we've been on. If you guys got questions, feel free to ask right now. If not, we can wrap it up. And again, if you haven't already, and we're on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it at this point, come on over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, smash some thumbs, hand me that sub, crush the bell. How are the ones nobody ever talks about? Wait. How are the ones nobody ever talks about our kickers? Wait, I'm so if I am I misreading that? Will Texas is beating Ohio State this year. Arch is in the building. You guys want to do a fantasy mock draft real quick? Is that what Jason asked for it? Our kickers are always good, bro. Come on. Yes, Texas will kick the shit out of Ohio State. I got a long time childhood friend that went to Ohio State, so we already know once that week comes, we will not be talking. All right. Let me get up. Let me get this up for you guys real quick. Pro. Oops. Wrong one. Fantasy Pros. Draft Wizard. Draft Simulator. Hold on. Gotta find the mock draft for you guys. I logged in. Yeah, I'm logged in. Start a mock draft. This dog is really turning up right now. Share screen. PFF. I gotta find another screen to move this to. Fuck, that's not gonna work. Hold on, guys. There we go. All right. He said I'll take round two. There we go. All right. Let's randomize and see what pick we're gonna get to start with. All right, so we're at 9. Actually, let's do this again. I want to do it with ESPN. Let's randomize this again. Oh, still 9th. All right, cool. PPR. I want to see if there's another way I could do this. Is there? Ah, there it is. There it is. All right. So, damn. Who went so far? This is where I'm gonna go crazy. Jamar Chase 1 respectively, Bijan Robinson respectively at 2, Justin Jefferson, CD Lamb, Jahmyr Gibbs, Poop in the Kula, Saquon, Nico. Let's look at the running back, shall we? Genty's there. Where would you guys go with this? I'm not going quarterback. That's too early. Say we go Genty. What do you think? Genty? Genty it is. Nobody's saying yes. So we got the 4th pick in the 2nd round. Genty definitely would have been gone. These are the best available. Oh my God. Hold up. Yo, I'm sorry. Somebody's gonna kill me for this. Jason said a chain. One in the chat for a chain, 2 for Bowers. And I see 2 right now, so we're tied 50-50. Three for 4. No, it's still 3. Right now, I see 3-2 Brock. Jason changed his mind too. All right, so we're going with Brock here. Holy shit. Where are we going with our 3rd round pick? And are you guys taking Davante Adams? Best available is on the left. You got Bucky Irving, Jaden Daniels, Jaden Daniels, Davante Adams, George Kittle, Jonathan Taylor, Mike Evans, Scary Terry, Jalen Hurts, Breece Hall, Marvin Harrison Jr. I see a lot of people are saying Evans right now. And then I got 2 saying Jaden, a 3rd saying Jaden. Where the fuck have you been, bro? Shit. I'm so happy to fucking see you in this live, Hug D's. Wow. All right, y'all are saying Jaden Daniels. We'll go the route of Jaden Daniels. Kind of high in the 3rd round to take a quarterback. Let me see who else is here. Yeah, but you already see other quarterbacks, including Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, are off the board. So we will go with Jaden Daniels. Wait, no what, Isaiah? Are we pulling the trigger on Jaden Daniels, or are we going somewhere else? You guys, again, you can see on the left. And he just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Put this on the big screen for a sec. Demon King. So we got a couple. Who do we got? Let's see who's been getting. Damn, I'm so proud of you, bro. Congratulations. Dropped 45 pounds. I've dropped little more than 20. I'm actually the same exact weight as Ashton Genty right now. That shit is fucking hysterical. All right. So who got gifted? Jason Hunter gifted 5 memberships. Appreciate you, brother. The Demon King was at the AEW event last night. I think it was All In, if I can remember it correctly. Appreciate you gifting the 5 members, brother. I appreciate you. And Big Bro's in the building. Look, if you're around and you want to pull up, you are more than welcome to. We could shoot the shit for a little bit longer if you're around and you want to pull on up. Let's get this back up on the screen. How did I do this before? Okay, I'm gonna just leave it like this. You guys don't have to look at my ugly face. That's fine. Fuck that. What are we doing? What are we doing here, guys? We don't have a clock we have to worry about right now. What are we doing here? Do you want to take Jaden Daniels and then figure it out afterwards, or do you want to take Bucky Irving? I'm gonna give you 1 for Bucky, 2 for Jaden Daniels. Isaiah said Bucky. Harry, I can't say that name. Daniel, sir, Commander's offense going to be good for fantasy. All right, a lot of you guys are saying Jaden Daniels, so we're gonna go Jaden Daniels here. All right, so and Graf sees this, he's gonna lose his shit when he sees what we have right now once this draft is over. All right, let's go back to all. Scary Terry is there. You have the 1-2 combination of Jaden Daniels and Scary Terry. I know he's dealing with the contract disputes right now. Scary Terry, or are we going? He's the best available right now. You guys want to go Scary Terry here? I want to try to get this done as quickly as possible. And again, if Graf wants to pull up, I will send him the link. Right? Actually, I don't have to send him the link. He has access to this StreamYard. But I'll fucking do it anyways. Let me just send it to him. Copy. Canteen. Shout out to Big Bro. Let me find him. I'm gonna send it to him right now. All right, I sent it to him. All right, it's Terry McLaurin. So these are the next best players available. You got Chuba Hubbard is actually on the top of that list right now. Hug, don't tempt me because I will. And CGR, thank you. He just gifted 5 more memberships. I don't know if I have the right mic connected right now. Let me double check this actually. No, we're good. Jeff Acosta, Jerome Clemens. I'm waiting to see Alex Turek, Adam Sweeney. Graf is not a member. Wow. I feel some type of way about that. Graf is a member now. I definitely feel some type of way about that. We're going to have a discussion later. All right. So where are we going here? Hubbard or Mixon toss up? Ooh. Chuba's definitely heavily favored. I think that this team is going to be a somewhat scary thing in the NFC South. I think they're kind of being slept on right now. I'm gonna go with Chuba Hubbard here. I think it's the best bet. All right. Oh shit. I wish I could fucking see my picks right now. Wait, no. Cheat sheets, draft board. Yeah, I don't think I can pull them up right now. Grab had to cancel his membership for wrestling tickets. Wow, y'all are terrible. PPR go Waddle. Yeah, I'm very nervous with how it's going with Tyreek Hill. So we're gonna go Waddle here. And we are in the 6th round. Jacoby Myers is there, guys, but not very high. RJ Harvey, the running back for the Broncos, is at the top of the list right now. And then Tony Pollard. I'm not trusting that. Jukins, domestic violence. Need I say more? I could go the route of a Chief and take Pacheco. Where are we going? Jacoby's a sleeper. So where are we going here, guys? Pacheco? Yeah, I think Pacheco is gonna be there as well. All right, so we got Pacheco. Jacoby Myers is now there. Jacoby Myers is actually the suggestion right now as it stands. I definitely would take him over Stephon Diggs. Too bad. Too late. My bad. It's got Jacoby Myers. Javonte Williams in Dallas. He's going to be battling for that spot with Miles Sanders, but I think Javonte has more juice in the tank than Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders is a guy that I've constantly had jokes about. Yeah, this is a fantasy draft. Yeah, he's in Dallas now. Harvey's gone, dude. Where are we? 9th? I'm going to have to start figuring out a backup quarterback next. I mean, we can go to Houston and take Christian Kirk. You want to go that route? What are we doing? Best way to F the Chiefs is to sign them all. I'm done. Again, you see it on the left part, the best available, and then suggestions. And right now, Christian Kirk is there. So draft Abuka. I don't know. I think Abuka is not going to be getting the shares unless Godwin goes down. I'm going to go Christian Kirk here. We need a backup tight end. No Diddy. Take David Njoku. Caleb Williams is a backup. Still didn't get a defense yet. Are you taking Denver's defense or are you taking Philly's defense? No, Isaiah is not. That's my concern. If he stays, like if he doesn't stay healthy, then Mbuka would be a guy that you'd want to look at. I'd die before I drafted their defense. I'm going to go with Philly's defense just because, like, Philly's defense was fucking just beast last year. We got a backup tight end, right? So did I get a backup quarterback? I did. Fuck. I could have took CJ Stroud. Shit. I'm gonna get Tyler Algier. Share the load with Bijan. I still need a kicker. Let's get a kicker first. I'll take Aubrey. It's another dude that could really kick. Last but not least, who's gonna be our last pick? I'm not taking a third quarterback. Bateman or Hollywood Brown? Bateman or Hollywood Brown? This is the last pick. And I'm real curious to see what this grade is going to be. And if Graf is still watching, I'm telling you, he's going to lose his shit when he sees the first two picks. Waiting on you guys here. Last one. Hollywood or Rashad Bateman? I'm liking Bateman right now. So let's see. I got a B on this one. So this is what we did, or this is what we have anyways. Jaden Daniels, Ashton Genty, Chuba Hubbard, Terry McLaurin, Jalen Waddle, Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers, the Eagles defense, Brandon Aubrey at kicker, Isaiah Pacheco, Christian Kirk, David Njoku, Caleb Williams, Tyler Algier, and Rashad Bateman. I don't know. I think this is actually pretty good. Let's see the full analysis real quick. If I can. Yeah, we can. Receivers. I don't know what it is about the receivers, but the receivers always seems to be low. Tight end, we are number 1. Running back room, we're 5th. Quarterback, we're 3rd. Kicker, we're 1st. And then overall, 6. Starter, 6th. Bench, 7th. Shit. Let's get this off this fucking screen. So, yeah, there you guys have it. Been on for an hour. We just hit the hour mark. Awesome. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all that pulled up on this glorious Sunday. Do me a favor if you haven't already, smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions in the house the hammer built by the nation for the nation, Raider Nation News Today. Continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another, COVID or not. You should always remember to wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. Till next time, y'all. Stay committed to excellence. And as always on my New York, peace, love, and positivity. And yeah, there's that part too.
And when I leave, come together like butt cheeks.
We outro, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.